So I'm out on Highway 51, and it looks like there's not just boring grass everywhere, but it's actually some cool things. Like these buildings that are abandoned and destroyed. The refrigerator. Refrigerator it is. Yeah, this is it's totally somebody's house at some point. I guess it could have been a store too. 2018. Just looking at some of the graffiti. It's kind of cool in here. Hopefully I don't get any diseases. That sucks. Should eventually buy a respirator, even though I haven't really gone and explored anything, but if I intend to, that would be ideal. And upstairs. Should I go up there? I might see if it's safe to. Hopefully there's no like asbestos or anything. Alright. There's glass. I don't think I'm gonna go in there, but that's cool. This feels like a building you'd see in like Fallout. Post-apocalyptic building. Another fridge. Do you need more than like 2 fridges? I think I saw another one somewhere too. I don't remember. Oh, that's a little trailer. Circuit board breaker. I wonder if somebody like harvested the wires. That'd be funny. What's that? It's a little oven. Bed. Wow. Curious about this little sunk building. Maybe this was like a storage. Probably keep things nice and cool or something. There's more garbage every day. A whole bunch of tires. I can't exactly tell what is moving over there, but something metal. Lots of glass. Lots of glass. Goodness. Dude, my mom has a laundry basket just like this. I wonder how old this place is. I wonder like if it doesn't really take that long in order to like completely destroy a place, a house like this. Assuming still that it was a house. I mean, I'm sure somebody lived here, even if it was a store. Like, I mean, they're not gonna drive hours just to like get to their store every day. You know, might as well just live there if you're gonna work it every day. This looks like a garage. Yeah, lots of plastic tubing. Is this a this is a car part? It's still shiny. What? Wait, is it a car part? Maybe for like oh gosh, a truck or something. Okay, so I learned that I need to be careful of nails, apparently. That did go through my shoe, actually. Alright, now it's time to watch the ground. I'm glad that I have my tetanus shot. Not that that nail's rusty or anything. Also, it didn't like stab me, so. Steps on more wood. Seems like there's also a, looks like a trailer or something over there. I don't know, maybe I'll go over there. I'm gonna go over to this side first. I think it might also just be a good idea to get like steel, like lined shoes or something. This one's got carpet in it, so. Love, sexy, lust. Okay, yeah, cool. Great. Pay attention to the ground. Is there another building? There was. Over there. This one's a little more see-through than the rest, I think. Did not go in there. I'm kind of on the edge about whether I want to take like, what's it called? I feel like when I watch Urbex videos, it's pretty frequent that there's like just still shots that like you get a few of, showing off like the liminalness of the area you're in, which I like. I like that. That's very cool. But I don't know if I should do that or if that's too cliche, especially considering the camera that I have, right? But at the same time, it's like I'm sure that that's kind of part of the whole thing. At least for me, like I like those kinds of shots, and I like these abandoned places because they kind of are liminally and kind of creepy, and I think that's what's fun about them. So maybe it would be good to do that kind of videoing, you know. I don't know, I accidentally zoomed in, but my camera was all the way zoomed in. Hopefully that did not happen when I had the last couple of shots. This one I definitely have to be careful with nails. Is this insulation? Please buckle up. We do. Good for you. I'm glad that you buckle up. Some socks. How lovely. Body wash or something. This is what I saw driving by, that cool like mosaic or whatever, tile kind of looking thing. I thought that was cool. Oh man. I don't know if this blocks the wind or not. Hopefully it does. It's pretty cool to see this place. I would never have guessed that there was something like this here in the middle of nowhere. Well, actually that kind of checks out, but yeah, we're gonna keep moving now. I don't really understand the whole like graffitiing swear words. I don't know, it's just not really saying anything. Oh wait, no, it does say something. It says it's fucked up. Okay, well at least it says something. So I finally checked my map, my phone map, to see where it was taking me because, you know, since I left Bruno, I was a little confused why we took a left at some point. And then I got out here and it's telling me to take a left out onto some road that's not even a road, it's gravel. Like, why would you tell me to do that? Weird. Anyway, so I check it and it's telling me that Crater Lake is 10 miles away on that road. That's not Crater Lake. It's been like an hour since I left. 2 hours. Anyway, I have no service out here, so I can't use my phone anymore anyway. But I have a map here. So this is Bruno. Hold on, let me see if I can do this better. Why is it? It's blurry. This is blurry, or Bruno right here. I went out here, and then at this little dotted section, you know, I had a feeling I was supposed to take a right, or actually it was even earlier. It was at, I can't zoom in on this thing with this thing. At this point right here, I was supposed to keep going forward, but it told me to take a left, and I was like, oh, okay, sure. I'm down, I want to say like here or something. No, I'm probably a little farther, but I wanted to go up this way along this road, I think, and then I think around here or here take a left. Anyway, that's a little detour. I'm a little worried. I have I have 2/3 of a tank, so like I'm fine there. But I would like to find a store maybe or something so I can get some food. I'm thinking about just going back up and following the road that I should have. Because like I said, I don't have service anymore, so I can't find an optimal route. And then according to this map, it's either I just go down or I go up. So, yeah. I'll see what I do. I'm gonna go back up the way I came. It's an hour detour, so, you know, this takes a good chunk off my time. But if I'm looking at this map here, you know, I'm seeing main roads there, and I'm sure there's like smaller roads somewhere that you know, aren't on these maps, but I can't use these maps, so I can't just like confidently assume that. I was thinking about just going down to like Reno. That's Reno right there, that one. But because it's like the same distance at this point from there to Crater Lake, from here to Crater Lake. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back up. Oh, it's telling me to take that goddamn road right there. That one, which goes out to fucking nowhere, probably. Why does there have to be 2 lakes named Crater Lake? Just like how there's like 17,000 Bear Lakes. Like, there's one place that I'm trying to go to that's near a Bear Lake, but it's not the Bear Lake. And that makes it really hard to find on electronic maps. You know what else I thought was odd? Is that the few times that I like checked the route to see like which, you know, roads I needed to take, I did not see 51 on any of those, okay? There was like other numbers, but 51 was not one of them. Sonna hiwa musho ni sonna hiwa kotoba ni wa yake ni furimawa sarete uso ni mo ironna yume ga atte chotto tsukareta yo いつかまた2回目の純粋さみたいな作り上げた優しさの本当の意味を知って Junior, senior high school. That looks just about as big as the Soden, if not slightly bigger, except for it's only junior and senior high school, not like elementary as well. But just for the junior and high school, that looks about similar. And we're I don't know, like maybe a half hour from Boise right now. So that checks out. So my uncle gave me some wisdom, good wisdom. I don't know how much of that you just caught because my battery died, but I don't know, I'll probably just cut to this place anyway. Basically, my uncle told me that I shouldn't think of wrong turns as wrong turns. I should think of them as detours, which is just a better mindset, because what am I here for really? I'm here to explore and grow as a person, to become more of who I want to be. And getting to Crater Lake specifically isn't gonna make me a better person. It's more about, like, I guess it's just that this is all giving me time to explore myself. And so anyway, if I make a wrong turn like that, I should just keep going. There's no reason not to, unless I'm like way out of gas and like don't know if I'm gonna make it somewhere, anywhere. But at that point, I can't really turn around either. So you know, can disprove that point. Anyway, and it's more fun that way because then I get to explore more places than I was initially setting out to. You know, I would have seen more than just Crater Lake. I would have seen some small towns, some cool buildings like that building, that set of abandoned buildings that I recorded. I would have seen more stuff like that. And I'm glad that I made that wrong turn because I did get to see those cool buildings. Even though they weren't anything spectacular, they were still pretty cool. I liked seeing them. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to just keep moving. I think I'm probably, oh, I already said I'm probably like a half hour from Boise. And then I'll get gas and then I'll get food. I wanted to show off this little like land formation because I think it's really cool. I recorded it in my last video, but it corrupted, so no more of that. But I think it looks super sweet. I don't know how that forms, or if it's just like a whole bunch of like silt. Is that the word? I don't know. Like fine shit. Imagine when this valley like didn't have a road straight through it. Imagine just like walking through here, hiking through here. Maybe you're a trapper or something. I don't know why you would be up here, but you know, I don't know why people explore, but say you're exploring for whatever reason and there's just a big valley. I think that's pretty cool. That's literally the whole thought. I just think it would be really cool to see like just real environments, I guess. I don't really know if that makes sense, but I guess like if I was an explorer and I was on horseback and I was, you know, camping every night, setting up camp, like a fire and making sure my horse had water, and I don't know, that sounds enjoyable. It sounds like it sounds like a life. Again, I don't know if that makes sense, but now that the thought's out there, so. So I just arrived in a place called Rome, believe it or not, and there was a sign that said Pillars of Rome, and so I went to check them out, and I've just gone down a dirt road, and there's a whole bunch of houses. Why would they tell me this? Anyway, I'm pretty sure those are said pillars. That's kind of lame, I'm not gonna lie. I did not need to come out here to see that. Now I'm in front of somebody's house, and their dog is like... What you doing, buddy? Anyway, I guess I better turn around. There's a tractor on the road. Hopefully I don't cause problems. I think there's also a chance that those all the way out there are supposed to be the Pillars of Rome. But also, again, I don't really care that much for cool land formations, I guess. Maybe not specifically just that kind. There's a little cow, and he thinks that I am a bigger cow, I think. Goodbye, cow. Goodbye, other cow. I successfully passed by them. Alright. I want to retract the previous statement. I actually think that the cool land formations are really cool, but maybe if it was just a little bit more accessible, or, you know, not next to, like, people's farms, people's houses. Not that that's necessarily a bad thing, but it makes me feel like a dumbass coming out here. Some guy named the town Rome, and then found some cool land formations and called them the Pillars. Like, that's really funny. I don't wanna look like a dumb city folk tourist, you know what I'm saying? Ah! Child. I wanna go to Rome! Mom. We have Rome at home, honey. Rome at home. I'm sorry, that was probably really stupid. I don't think I've ever gotten to like see proper plains before, like that just stretch on as far as you can see, almost down here. But this is still like very, very considerable, right? In that regard, I think it's very cool. I mean, over on this side you got the hills over there, but like it's just cool to see. I've always wondered what it would be like to actually see like full plains, and now I know. It's very cool. So I didn't quite make it to the Crater Lake that I was going to. I am still going there. It's dark. But I had a lot of detours, I guess, on the way, and so I had to. And I don't mean like I just missed a lot of turns like the first time. I just stopped at various places, had to get like gas and some groceries and just whatever, which is fine. It's gonna be another like I think 5 hours before I'm there, which is kind of odd. I feel like because I was planning on leaving at like 8 in the morning, and it was only gonna take like 8 hours to get there, which means like it's been only 3 hours, but that's not right because it's like 6:30 right now. So anyway, tomorrow I'll pick it back up. I'm kind of just somewhere on the side of the road. I'm in a town. I can't. Oh, I don't remember what the town's called, but yep. Tomorrow. It is so cold. It is so cold. It is so cold. That's not as cold as it could be. But guess why it's so cold? It's because there's a vent in the bathroom that won't close. It's actually just like permanently open. Here, let's go look. I think the camera caught any of that, but basically it's really freaking cold in here, and to the point that my batteries for my camera both died, so I didn't get to record anything. I just died instantly. Anyway, I was gonna say the reason that it's so cold in here, or at least a major factor, is because on the roof in the bathroom there's a vent that decides that. So it's that one, and first of all, there's this little piece here that goes on there, and it was on there, but it's like too stripped out, and so this screw, which it usually like turns, it does not turn. So I took a screwdriver and turn it, and well, here, I'll lose my fingers first, but as I turn it, you know, it opens that out there. But if you can see, there is still a nice sized gap out there, and so as the wind's flapping away too, it like opens it up another like 5 inches, which is not great, and that's why my bathroom's always freezing cold. I don't know, I'm gonna figure it out. Maybe if I like hold it down somehow from the top and then like screw it in more, like I don't know how the mechanism works, but I'm sure it's a simple fix. Anyway, it's 7:45 right now, and it's warmer in here because I've started the engine and got it warmed up, and we've got another 5 hours before we can be at the lake, what's it called? Crater Lake in Oregon. Also, Crater Lake is closed, technically, but I'm thinking I could still find somewhere to camp, at least. Like, I don't know, I don't think like they can like walk off the entire lake, right? I mean, it's kind of not a thing they can do. So anyway, yeah, we're going. Alright, so I found what I believe is a really cool lake. I saw it on the map, and I went to drive to it since it was only like 10-20 miles away. Just climb up a little bit. I also had to drive backwards, like not literally backwards, but back the way I came, a good ways. But it'll be worth it. Also, this is like, I want to say it's frost, but it looks a lot like snow from last night because it got really cold. really cold. I was very cold last night. All right, so actually it's colder up here because there's a lake on the other side of this ridge, and the wind is pushing all of that cold air right to me, which is great. But I don't actually think I'm gonna go over to it since it's a little bit far. No, I came this far. I might as well go down there. That's oh, it's so cold. It is not 2020. On third thought, though, I actually don't think it's a good idea if I go down there wearing what I'm wearing. I am wearing multiple layers. I'm wearing 3 layers on top and 3 layers on bottom. But it is really cold down there, and I actually think it's probably dangerous without like more protective gear like gloves and maybe a full face hat. So, unfortunately, I'm not going to go explore that. On the pictures though, I saw like the bed was like cracked, which I wonder if that was just like summertime photos or something. But it looked really cool. It's okay. I'm hoping. I don't know if that'll happen actually this within the next few weeks. I don't think so, because I've got to go back up to the LC Valley in like a month. But at some point, it would be cool to go by Death Valley, as was recommended by my uncle, which is definitely a place that I would want to see. It's just like, you've heard of it before, and has a cool name, so obviously it'd be cool to like at least say that you've gone there, right? Guys, it is so cold. I'm actually now remembering that when I was back in town getting groceries, again, I don't remember which town, there were some people talking about how cold it's been and that it might actually end up being a white Christmas. Wait, that's funny. It's not Christmas. Christmas is far gone. Anyway. Also, there was like a high, like Hispanic population, I think, in that little town, which I think is really cool. It was like a half hour out from Nampa, Oregon, to the west. But I think that's really cool. I like to see other populations that aren't just like white guys or white people. It's just really cool to me. It gives a feel of like that there is more to America than these fields. Actually, this is hardly even a field. This is just a plain. But on that note, actually, I think that I really want to go to cities. I've been living in this valley, the LC Valley, I've been living in that valley for my whole life, and I'm really tired of these colors. I'm tired of the boring, like, dry yellow and blue. I really like when it rains. When it rains is my favorite. I really like it over in like Duval, where it's like foggy really frequently and it's raining really frequently, and there's forests and everything is green. I like this better, like a vibrant green, not like shrub green, like that shrub right there. I don't think my camera's picking it up. I have to change the battery. Hold on. Please. Anyway, what was I saying? It's really nice over there, and I want to see more than like country people, which is kind of all I'm getting out here in Oregon in the West. So I think next chance I get, I will go south or east. I'll probably go south first, because there's things I want to do down there. But then I'll go east because I've never been really. I've been to the east. I've been to the east a good few times. Like I've been to Universal Studio theme park, whatever that is called, in Florida, and I've been to Washington D.C. and I had a brief stop in New York on a flight, and that is about is it the most I've gone to? I mean, we probably explored a few states while we were in Washington D.C. So what is that? I don't remember the actual state of Washington D.C., but I'll go over there. I think that just sounds cooler. I think I'm actually pretty tired of these just barren landscapes full of the same colors. So, which I'll probably find a lot of. Especially considering that I need to go through the Midwest in order to get there, which in my mind is just like this, but like only this, or maybe like brown or something. I don't know. Maybe I'll go south actually. I'll go like, which way is the camera going? I'll go like down towards California, go through Texas, pick up some chickeny, and then like just keep going and come up on the east side. That might be cool. That might be good. That's a good idea. I will probably do that. For example, about the weather thing, even with my like senior pictures, I'll try to find some pictures here if I can, and I'll put them on the video. But like most of my peers, we're gonna do like pictures where they're like in a field, in the yellow, the golden yellow fields. And I hated the idea of doing that so bad. And so I went for the most like city-like photo I could think of, which was like kind of at like kind of in the dark at the top of the hill of the valley, at like the top of the valley, looking over all the lights. And I thought that was a really good idea. And it came out pretty cool. I was with my car, which is a little bit stereotypical, but that's okay. But I just did not want a picture in a field. I would have hated that. Fun fact, gas is actually really expensive in Oregon. I've paid, well, it says it's $3.79 on that one. The other ones were like $3.89 on the other two gas stations I saw here. And then I saw on this one pump that there's like 3 levels of taxes for gas in Oregon, which is interesting, and it adds up to almost 60 more cents. Like added on just in tax. So without that, it would be like 320, 310. That is very interesting to know. I just figured I should share that. So I don't know how I've put it off for this long, but I've finally just checked the weather for, the destination that I'm going to. And no, I'm actually not going to go to the Greater Crater Lake. That would be stupid. That would be so dumb. It says, I think about here is probably right. This area is about 23 degrees, 22 degrees, 19 degrees, and it's day right now, which means it's gonna drop below that, which means my ass is gonna freeze to death. Not literally, I mean, it's not good for the camper. Could cause some problems there, which is not desirable. So I don't know. I'm gonna look at the map again real quick, see if I can find anywhere else. It would be better for me to go south anyways right now, because I have a month to kill. So I should drive somewhere that's like maybe a couple like maybe 400 or 500 miles away, and then on the way back I can hit like a warmer spot. The weather's probably going to be warmer by then anyway. I can't believe that I'm a dumbass. I thought I was better than this. It's funny though, because my mom even said, like, I assume that you're checking, I think she said, actually, I assume that you're checking, like, the status of the parks that you're going to. No, just, I assume you're checking places out before you go. I did not. I mean, I kind of did. I checked out the park itself. I did not check out the weather. So, anyway, I'll figure something else out real quick. You'll never believe it, but the one thing that clued me into the fact that it might just be cold in Oregon was not last night when it was, you know, like below freezing, but actually all this snow that I'm starting to see. And then I was like, hey, is there gonna be snow closer to the coast? Yeah, there probably is. And, you know, considering that I was going to go to a mountainous kind of area that's a little higher in elevation, yeah, there's gonna be snow there, and that's not great. It's not a good idea. So, yeah, no, that's not happening. So, I think I like the look of Redding, California. Here's the map on my phone, but Redding is this one right here. That one. And it's like right in a good bit of like warmth, it looks like. This is where I am right now, and I was going like right over here or something, so it's gonna take another like 6 hours to get there, I think, theoretically. It's like right there, and I think there's a road that comes down right here that I can take, and then if I want to get to Reading, I think there's another road that cuts across this way, so I think that's what I'll do. Oh, this kinda sucks, I'm not gonna lie. I keep leaving my camera on. It's not good. Also because my charger did in fact stop working. This is a big spoon. Anyway, I have to poop. Fun fact. Also, I'm hungry, so I've got this canned food. You know, I'm planning on making soup. I was gonna make it tonight. We'll see if I can. If I make it there in time. Camp somewhere. That's not gonna freeze me out. And then I'm gonna eat this food though. It's a good thing I bought canned food because I'm hungry. It is cold and I don't feel like heating it up. I'm gonna crack it open. It's probably so cringe. Oh! Got the Camp Bear's Chunky Gumbo. Yummy. Yeah, honestly, I kind of just want to play Elden Ring right now. I won't, because I've got driving to do. Which, if I was a better planner, I wouldn't be doing so much driving. But you know, this is how I learn. This is how I learn. And then next time, when it comes to something like this, I'll look at the map and I'll look at the weather and all that, you know, important stuff. And then I won't have to drive an extra. Well, like, it's not that bad actually. It's like, it's not about really the driving. That I don't mind the driving, only a little bit. I kind of do wish I could have some downtime right now, personally. I mean, I was gonna get to the Crater Lakes in holy cow, Crater Lake in like 3 hours. Yeah, something like that. And now change of plans, gonna, you know, be 6 hours now to somewhere else, which is fine. And then when I get there, hopefully I can just, like, I can find a spot to stay for maybe a week, maybe longer, depending on how long I need it. I have things I want to do. Personally, like, I want to do some crafts, some sewing projects, and then, you know, play some Elden Ring. So I was worried about snow, or actually I wasn't worried about snow, I was just worried about cold, but now I'm worried about snow because look at this. There's snow falling. The road is slowly getting more and more covered with snow as I go. I'm a little bit worried, but you know, I've got 6 hours. I'll be fine. Probably. It kind of looks like the snow is backing off a little bit. There's much less fog. So hopefully that's a good sign. Hopefully it stays that way. I do have a feeling though, as I continue forward, I'll probably end up back in that cloud and there will be more snow again. So, but at least for now, I have a little bit more, you know, I can kind of relax a little bit. Experimental range, interesting. I don't know what they're experimenting on over there. Maybe aliens. Anyway, wow. Okay, so the fog, when I'm right behind a vehicle, there was a a plow truck earlier, and it just snuck up on me. I just thought it was fog, but all of a sudden there was a vehicle right in front of me, which is kind of scary. I didn't want to pass them. There was a semi that I saw. Okay, oh yeah, so that's more important. I saw a semi, you know, it was like as far as that green sign is, alright, and then we were driving, and then the fog came in, and then all of a sudden there's a different vehicle in front of me. How did that happen? So the semi must have passed the plow truck in crazy fog like this. I think that is wild. I would not do that. I thought about it, but luckily the plow guy, like, they pulled over. There was a little pull-off thing. I really appreciate that. Oh my gosh, this is no bueno. I can hardly see the road. I'm gonna, yeah, I'll deal with this. Wish me luck. So what I've got going on right now is that there's this semi in front of me, which I am using his, or hers, whatever, their fucking tracks, because I don't have chains. I have some temporary chains that I could put on, but I don't know. I feel like for now I'm just gonna keep going, and if it really gets bad, I'll stop and put them on, or if I lose track of this guy. But I'm using his tracks as, like, you know, less snowy bits of road. He's going all over the middle of the road, which is understandable, you know, like, for safety. But that's what's going on right now. Look, there's a hill, and look, there's more snow. And hopefully it stops soon. Hopefully, at the very least, I hope that the fog goes away soon and the snow stops falling. But I doubt that's gonna happen. If I can get lucky, that would be great. But you know, I think my wish was granted because there's a lot less fog now. That's super cool. So the trucks made me pass them. I guess I was riding them a little closely, but also I didn't think I was. I think they slowed down so that I could pass them, and then I ended up riding them. We're gonna enter some more cloudiness over there, unfortunately, and I won't have anybody in front of me, which I'm a little bit nervous about. I don't know how to, like, tell truckers, like, hey, I actually want to stay behind you. That was very helpful for me. But yeah, I'll be fine. So there was we were going, and that's when they made me pass them too. And you know, I put on my brakes a little bit, and the ABS was kicking in, and that's a little worrisome. The snow is thinner here, it looks like, or it looks like it's already melting a little bit. Here, you can see the trucks behind me still. Anyway. March, whatever. Apparently that's a lake. And then guess what? The tape was like spilling out of it basically. So I wound it back, or forward I guess. And then it was giving me some trouble there. It wouldn't let me like play it back for a minute. I figured that out. Wouldn't let me move it forward or back after that. At the same time, it wouldn't let me record on it anymore, which was weird. But I moved it forward like 3 minutes, and now I think we're good. That part that was like out did get crimped a lot. It got messed up. But so I lost a tiny bit of footage, but only like a couple minutes. So we're good. Actually, fun fact: I've used like almost this entire cassette, which is really cool. We're at like 8 minutes left on it, which means I should probably have to edit this video. Ugh. No. Anyway, that's fine. Unless it just like skipped a whole bunch, but also I feel like I've been recording a lot maybe. Anyway, we are 3 hours and 30 minutes away from our destination, and the snow is very lessened. I don't know. I think maybe because we were close to that lake. There was a big lake that I don't think that you saw because the video cut out. But there was a big giant lake, and I took a picture of it on my phone. But I think that was like the main cause of like the snow, and it was really dark. There were huge. The fog was like dark fog, which is kind of scary because I did not know what I was in for. But I trusted, and I made it through, and I'm gonna keep going, and hopefully that works out. Look, it's my car. Actually, this one looks a little nicer. That was the V8. It says right. Come on, camera, focus. It says right there on that little part, it says V8, which is pretty cool. I have a V6, but a V8 would be pretty cool. No, I'm just realizing, I think that I actually did cause the problem with the cassette, because I ended up recording a little bit and then I just turned it off instead of stopping the recording and then turning it off. It was an accident, just happened, but I think that might have been the problem. So hopefully it doesn't happen again. That would be nice. This is a nice little town, actually. I kind of like it. It doesn't feel like super crowded yet, and maybe it's just because I'm not in like the main parts of it. But it feels like if like people actually lived in Moscow, Idaho, instead of like just college students. So I guess I just crossed into California. There was a check station just to make sure I had like that I wasn't bringing anything dangerous across, I guess. They check specifically for like citruses, like fruits, and firewood, which I do have firewood in here because I was planning on staying in Oregon, but that did not happen. But if there was like a big sign that was like, buy it where you burn it, because apparently some woods can like bring dangerous like bugs like that can, I guess, kill various parts of the ecosystem. You know, what are they called? Invasive bugs. But that was good. That was a lot easier than I thought it'd be. I was a little bit more worried about like a full carriage inspection, you know, that kind of thing. Not that I have anything that's like necessarily bad, but anyway, the snow is picking up again. Oh, also I'm going through like this big what's called XL Ranchero, which I think it might be just like a giant like farm like living area. There's not really a condensed like city or town or anything like that, so that's pretty interesting. It's warmer here. It's about 40 degrees. I saw on a sign earlier, so that's cool. We're almost there. It says another 2.5 hours. Never mind, I am actually stupid. There is a town, like a condensed town up here, so never mind. That was my imagination. Look, I'm sure I'm being a total dumbass for this, but I was driving behind a plow, and then the plow stopped and told me to pass them. I wonder if there's just like a problem with following vehicles. I was following with a good distance too. Anyway, I'm going like 25, 30 at most. Looking at this for like the direction of the road, just in case I get worried like it's gonna turn or anything, and so I know what's coming up. I'm probably a dumbass for this though. I should probably stop and like sit somewhere, but at the same time, I feel like, I don't know, I'm more inclined to not stop and just keep going, and eventually the snow will not be there, you know, eventually in 110 miles, which will take 4 hours to get through. I don't know, dude. I'm gonna just go for it though. This is what my mom gave me, like some plastic chains for, which I should probably put on. Maybe. 10 miles. Oh wait, hold on. I forgot about that. So 10 miles later, I'm in a place called Adin, A-D-I-N, and the fog has lifted here, which is nice. There's no snow falling, and it looks like the roads are a little bit thinner, and so we're doing good. We're doing good. No accidents of any kind. I still haven't put on my little plastic chains like I should, but it'll be alright. This station that I'm listening to is a station in Japan. I found this app. I watched a video and found out about this app called Radio Garden, and you can like look at a little globe and see what radio stations they got. And I went for Tokyo, and this single station is delivering, and that is nice. It's like Eike Kai indies, something like that. I think it's just like indie songs, which is cool. They're nice and chill. They're perfect for my drive right now. They're helping me relax. It's a little stressful. Another thing is that the plows keep coming by and leaving beautiful roads that I could be driving on, but I can't because I'm on the right side of the road. Just give me a plower, except for none of them want to drive as fast as the ones on the left side of the road. The ones on the right side of the road are always going slow. Why? The snow is pretty much gone now, so the drive hopefully will be good. I don't expect that I won't encounter some more snow at some point, but for now we're looking good, which is great. I'm chilling now, not for the most. It's just wet from leftover snow. My camera keeps giving me problems. It almost ruined this fucking cassette as well. I think I just need to get like a head cleaner. Maybe that would solve a lot of my problems. I wouldn't need to do it myself. Anyway, I need to show you where I am. I'm like a half hour, maybe 20 minutes out from Reading to the west. And look at that. It's green. It's like green. And the trees are different shapes than each other, than one another. Like over there, there's a tall pointy tree, like I'm used to. And right here, there's a cool, like, evil tree. And over here, and look, there's more trees. Can you believe this? And it's so green, and the sun is so bright. This is so great. This is like so much better than my valley. This is great. This is fantastic. This is fantastic. I've just been like driving for the past 10 minutes like, wow, I need to record this. Too bad my stupid camera won't work, because this is great. There was like an old mine shaft back there where it was like all collapsed and stuff, like wooden structures. It was so cool. I'm gonna look forward to camping here. I'm going to be doing that probably tonight. Goodness. Oh my goodness. I forgot about it, but there's like a creek here too. Like beautiful water, beautiful stream. Holy cow. Also, I don't know if you can see that, but there's mountains. That's cool. I'm really glad I decided to just like power through the bits of snow that there were, because getting to see this is just great, especially after all that, like right after. It's just like relief in knowing that I made the right choice, I guess. It doesn't even need to be the right choice. Just that, I don't know, it's just like getting dopamine after so much stress. It's great. It's fantastic. And I would have had to wait until tomorrow. I wouldn't even have known. Like if I had decided to pull off to the side of the road, that to me would have been like almost giving in, almost like giving up, kind of. Not like giving up, because obviously I'd keep moving, but like I feel like I powered through and it was worth it. There you go. I'm being rewarded for just trying. So this is great. Also, I really hope it's like this like frequently, because it would be a perfect location if that was the case. It feels like the kind of place that might get really hot during the summer, but at the same time, look how much grass there is. I feel like that's a sign that there's like plenty of water, right? Like you don't, especially in like mid-February, I feel like there's gotta be in more hot places, you know, if I was more south in California, like I feel like I wouldn't see actual grass, I would see dead grass. Whereas like it's so green. I feel like this is a great place. I would genuinely love to live here. Well, I don't know about love, but this is a place that I would prefer to live, for sure. And you know what? I actually brought my, why is it not focusing? I brought a couple of my film cameras, so I can actually take photos here, which I was just thinking about it, like it would be great to take some photos of this, because this contrast is like the best. I like this contrast. Whenever it rains and then there's sun, it's perfect. It's great. Even just rainy days are just better, I feel like. It's always just better for photography. Mountains is just a better shot, I feel like. Alright, I have to take a turn. No, I have to take a left! No! I'm not getting in that lane. There's no chance. Oh, hold on, actually there's a chance. Oh, I think I'm actually goated. Hold on. Please tell me this is the right light. I hope it is. It was the right light, and I am so good at this. I'm so good at driving in a big vehicle. Alright, now I'm here, so I gotta find somewhere to sit and find somewhere more interesting to go explore. So for food, I'm going to Tacos Las Espadas. Hopefully, it's not actually just a bar and I can't actually go in, but I'm hungry, so I'm gonna go see what happens. This isn't Japan, so I'll at least understand if they tell me, like, no, you can't come in here, actually. Oh, that was embarrassing. The first night in Japan. It's fine. It is, in fact, not a bar, which is great. I think they have a bar that you can sit at, but um, it looks great here. I got something that sounded tasty. Nothing had potatoes in it. They were out. It's okay. I'm looking forward to getting some food. And it was not awkward at all. This thing looks delicious. Got the single tomato on top. This is gonna be good. The food was in fact busing. And my camera is in fact giving me more issues. I gotta go to my mind palace. I don't know what I'll do. I'll just keep dealing with it until it eventually like stops working, and then I have to figure something else out. Cause it keeps like crimping my freaking tape, which is not great. I don't know why it does that. Don't know why it feels like it's okay to do that. Maybe I'm not telling it no hard enough. Anyway, I'm gonna go to a parking lot. Maybe, yeah, just see if I can sleep somewhere. I didn't really find anywhere better to go right now. I kind of want to be camping out in the forest somewhere. But at the same time, there's like, I want to explore places, especially in the city. So tomorrow, maybe I'll go find like a CD shop, thrift store, just kind of that kind of thing, I guess. I'm disappointed in my camera. That's why I'm like just taking a while. I'm taking in the disappointment. It's okay. It's doing its best. If I had to guess, maybe like cameras like this kind of camera weren't meant to have like on and off so frequently, because I'm doing that like a lot of times per day, a lot of times, like maybe 50 times. That's probably a high number, but like a lot of times. Whereas I feel like that wasn't really the intended use case, maybe, or at least like maybe half as much, maybe a third as much as much as I do it. So maybe I'm like running it down its lifespan, like really quickly, which would be really unfortunate too. That would be not preferred. But that's all I got, so I'll figure it out eventually.